know if I'm feeling something brown. What was her other last name? Like, let's go back to that lady. I'm sorry, Amanda would never do it for me. She will never do it for me. You're not that a girl. Like, she just, no. Kyle, your jealousy showing. Why do you keep bringing up Boz and Rachel in your relationship with Dorit? Let's talk about y'all. Keep it on y'all. And Dorit, yes, you are late, but you've been handling yourself really good. I ain't mad at it. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to This With The News. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. And if you are new here, please like, comment, and share this video. And welcome to the family. Thank you. So today we will be recapping Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 15, episode 15. Okay, so boom. It opens up with Sutton talking to Amanda. Y'all know they are bunkies. No. They share a room. Them look like fucking bunks. They ain't twin beds. But they're sharing a room, and Sutton is breaking down crying. Well, she didn't start crying yet, but she's telling Amanda about the conversation the ladies had in the van on the way back home. Now, Boz had ended up, well, Erika chat GPT'd Amanda. And I guess what came up was that she was the money queen and a whole bunch of negative reviews. Now, Sutton starts to cry. Sutton gets sad and she's like, it really just hurt my feelings because it's just like, it seems so mean and I just don't know what. Sutton, shut the girl, Sutton Brown. I don't know if I'm feeling Sutton Brown, baby, because it's just like, do I get it? Yeah, but no, I don't. Not for you to be crying over a fucking chat GPT message. No. And the fact that y'all trying to paint this everybody's being mean to Amanda shit is bullshit. That's why she be talking in that baby ass voice, because she feel like she can get babied. Who's being mean to her? How are they being mean to her? This lady has kept it very surface. All she talk about is her fucking ebooks. Okay, that's it. How much money her ebooks makes, how much money she makes. That she's the breadwinner. We get it. We get it, okay? We really, really do. I promise you we get it. Now, after they chat GPT Amanda, Boz goes and chat GPTs herself just to see what pops up. And I guess she starts reading off good things. Now, was there bad things on there? Maybe, but she didn't say them. So what rubbed me the wrong way was that present day, when Sutton and Amanda is having this talk, the girls are going grape stomping later on. And she says in her confessional, how am I supposed to be around Boz knowing that she did this? Boz? Erika's the one who entered the chat GPT prompt into chat GPT. What the fuck that gotta do with Boz? Yeah, she laughed and kikied, but what do you mean? Erika's the one who entered it and had it and was reading it from her phone. Why are we not mentioning Erika? I don't like that shit. We ain't finna single out the black girl. Not on my watch. No, we're not finna do that. Like, I don't like when people pick and choose who to have problems with. What about Erika, sis? Oh, okay. The fuck? So, of course, Kyle is doing Kyle, and she is saying that she is, you know, worried about Dorit. I don't like that she's pushing this whole narrative, because I feel like if you're talking around somebody and not to that person, how worried could you be? Because for me, it don't seem like you're that offended that she wouldn't take what you're saying as if you're really, truly worried about her. Because if you was, I don't think you would be talking to outside people before you speak to her. Like, that don't sound like somebody who's worried or who has my best intentions. Like, you know, that just, it sounds like you're just trying to finesse a way to get people to make you feel like you are worried. Like, you know, it just don't, I don't like it. It's nasty, and I feel like she's being really nasty and really rude. And she needs to get it the fuck together too. Kyle has been pissing me off this season. It's given entitled. Cause it's like, for somebody who is on a separation, you damn sure got a lot to say about the Reeds. And I feel like you feeding PK ammunition. You are feeding him ammunition. You pointing out every fucking thing she's doing. If she's looking at her purse for 10 minutes longer than you want her to be, that's a problem. That's not some shit a friend would do, I'm sorry. Not on national television, where international television, where millions and millions of people are viewing. Girl, please. Please. You ain't fooling me. At this point, it just feels like she's gossiping about Dorit and not she don't have any actual concern for her. It's giving gossip. That's all. So today's plans are for most of the groups to go grape stomping, and then Kyle, Dorit, and Erika are going to walk and get gelato. But of course, this is technically like an intervention for Dorit, but Dorit doesn't know. Kyle and Erika want to have a conversation with her separately, but she doesn't know they want to have this conversation. So it's about to get real messy. So they get to grape stomping, and it's just 3 buckets, 2 girls in each bucket stomping grapes, okay? It don't look that fun, not gonna lie, it don't. But it is what it is, right? So of course they start to talk about the ChatGPT shit at the vineyard. Now, Sutton brings it up and just says what happened or whatever. And here comes Amanda in that motherfucking baby ass voice. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. And she was just like, well, what was like the reason? And then y'all know the whole mask shit she mad about too. So it's just a whole bunch of bullshit, right? And Bo's basically like, listen, you always talk about she talk about the revenue she make. You don't talk about what you actually do. We don't know what you actually do, okay?
But I have all the stats. 80% of people who buy a course buy a second course. I have less than a 3% refund rate, which is unheard of in my industry. That is a very, very low amount of people wanting refunds on digital products.
I don't know we have to do this in the vineyard.
That's all we trying to get out of you. What do you do for real? Like, you don't open up to us. And she like, well, I'm guarded because I feel like every single time we have a sit down, we have a dinner, you're coming at me. So that's the reason why I'm guarded. And it's like, do I really feel like they coming at her? No, I don't. And I feel like Amanda not truly built for this group because she wants the grace that they have given nobody. Okay, they have given nobody that come in that much grace. And if you can't handle it, it might not be for you. It really just might not be. And I think that's what it is. You are asking for them to treat you like a child. You are not a child. And yes, you might be the youngest out of the group, but you're 40 years old, ma'am. You're not a baby. One thing that she keeps saying is that, of course, I'm gonna be defensive about my livelihood. This is how I feed my kids. This is how I take care of my family. Y'all know I'm the breadwinner. And I get that. Listen, I totally, completely get that. But, like Bo said, I agree. If you didn't feel like this was something that you were possibly doing, you wouldn't be defensive about it. Because why would you be defensive about something that's not true?
Okay, so here's the problem, Amanda.
What?
You are defending your business instead of telling us what you actually do.
Who wouldn't be on the defensive if their livelihood and how they support themselves and how they came from the world was in question?
You can counter it by actually saying what the heart is in it.
Something that's not giving what you think we're saying is giving. If the numbers speak for themselves, keep letting them speak, but just tell us what you did. Amanda's whole thing is that she already cleared up shit, and I'm like, no, you haven't actually. You've talked around every single subject. You have been very invasive and very defensive. You ain't cleared up a fuck thing. Do we need to rewind the tapes? You ain't cleared up shit for real. You talk in circles and you talk about fucking nothing. You compare yourself to people and that's what you get off on. Cool, if that's what it is, be that. And I hate that she's a fucking confessional gangster, because it's just like, girl, the same energy you be giving them confessionals, get that shit in person. I hate when people get in the confessionals and get tough. That shit is weak as fuck. Now over with Dorit, Kyle, and Erika, they finally get to where they were going, and it's like a church, but it's like nobody outside. It's a nice sunny day, there's nobody outside, it's like one person in one gelato truck. Like, it looks crazy, right? But it's really, really awkward. It's just like them 3 walking and very quiet. And I'm just like, God damn, this is awkward, okay? And I feel like Dorit kind of knew what they already had planned. Because I wouldn't want to say she wasn't on guard, but you could tell she was like, okay, what the fuck is we about to, do? So of course, they start talking about everything and just basically telling Dorit like, hey, we've noticed this. And really the conversation is between Kyle and Dorit. Erika gives her 2 cents every now and again, but Kyle and Dorit is really going at it. And one thing I would like to point out is that Kyle was very irate, okay? Dorit was pretty much calm, answering her questions, calm about it. Kyle, that vein be popping out on her forehead. She's getting mad and angry, and I'm just like, girl, what's wrong? You cool? Like,
it's not supposed to be something you get defensive about.
Kyle, I'm not being defensive. I'm trying to have a conversation. You're the only one screaming, Kyle.
Well, it's really annoying and frustrating.
Honestly, the conversation is conversations they already had. They were rehashing a whole bunch of shit. Like, okay, well, let's start from the beginning. Why don't I trust you? And why don't I? But Kyle kept bringing up, I can say the same thing that Boz is saying and you won't take it away. Rachel has said these things as well. It's just like, she's trying to find some validity in whatever she's saying. So she's bringing up the girls that Dorit is listening to make her feel it more. And listen, it's not going to work. Because she felt some type of way towards you. That is very much true. Your relationship is been shit. It been went to shit a long time ago, okay? So bringing up girls that she actually like right now, it's not going to help your case. It's going to actually make her turn away more, actually. You're not helping yourself. So they finally get to the gelato. They get some gelato. Kyle's still fucking mad. Like, she's still being like this angry ass person. And at this point, you could tell that Dorita's a little bit fed up, but she's still hanging on like a trooper. I give her that. I ain't gonna lie. She's taking it. She's hanging on. But they finally start to kind of like both talk. And she was like, okay, hold on, Erika. This is between me and Kyle. Let me and Kyle talk. And she was like, well, I'm not gonna stop talking. And she was like, I don't want you to stop talking, but I'm just saying, let us have this conversation right now. And she said, well, I'm not gonna do that. So she walked off.
How do you measure support?
No, if you want to find a problem in every single thing, you're going to find it.
Getting it, Erika.
You're looking for problems.
Please what? No, Erika, I'm not doing this. And if
I'm
you
not
want to
going to stop
interject,
talking.
Erika, I don't want you to stop talking. I want to be able to. Is that what you think I want to do? Make you stop talking?
Right now, it certainly
Okay.
is.
All right, let's go, girls.
I'm not going anywhere.
I am.
She did. She got in that motherfucking sprinter and cut. Left them. Matter of fact, left them there with no ride. They had to call a cab. Another sprinter to come get them. Listen, I ain't mad at her because you can only give so much restraint. And she is in the middle of a divorce. And why would she be on these cameras giving ammunition to the op? The op being PK. Yes, he's an op right now. Let's do better, ladies. Y'all not painting her in a good light, and as a friend, it doesn't look well. Am I saying don't tell the truth? No, absolutely tell how you feel. But right now, I feel like Kyle doesn't have any real concern. I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like that. It's feeling like, let me poke and point at her and see what it is when I really don't fucking give a fuck. I just want to gossip about something and let that be that. Because what is Kyle's storyline this season? Her problem with Dorit? Because she ain't talking about her motherfucking separation with Mauricio. Let's talk about that, please. Thank you. Okay. I honestly and truly feel like Kyle is intimidated by Boz's and Dorit's relationship. Their relationship did take off pretty quick. It seemed like they really do fuck with each other too. And I feel like Kyle don't like that. And it's sad though, because honestly, Dorit and Kyle's relationship was already bad before Boz came into the picture. So for you to like continue to paint it as Boz stepped in, or Dorit is believing everything Boz has to say now because they're besties, that's how she put it. I don't think it's that. Y'all relationship was already turned to shit. Like, take some type of ownership and accountability for that, for real. So the ladies go back to the house. Dorit stayed in her room. She stayed in her room. The other ladies end up making it back home, and they all are sitting at the table, basically replaying what happened when Kyle, Dorit, and Erika went on their little walk or whatever. And Kyle was like, yeah, she left us out there. We had to talk about her. I told her this, and that. And basically like that, you guys have said the same thing, but she don't take it that way when you guys say it. And I like that Rachel cleared it up. She was like, no, now, hold on. I've only known Dorit for 2 months. So for me, the things that I have seen didn't look like it was out of, the normal for what she has done. I thought this is how she always is. I'm thinking she's always like the late person. Like, yes, it does make me anxious. It does make me like everywhere or whatever. But I also have friends who kind of live and move on their own time. They have their own time in their head. So I'm not saying she's being erratic. And you feel me? This is not normal behavior for her. This is what I've known her for. So let's not put me in that all bucket. And I respect that, because yeah, your point ain't even valid, because she just cleared up what she meant by it. And Bo's like, well, the things that I have said about Dorit, I have talked to with Dorit. Okay? Clock that. So Kyle, everything you have pointed out is wrong. So take some accountability. Later on that night, the girls go to dinner, Dinner seemed to be going really, really good, and I love that because Dorit kind of bounced back once they sat down at the dinner table. She looked like she was engaging in conversation with everybody. She even kept looking over to Erika because she was in that conversation too. Kyle was sitting at the other end of the table, so they didn't really speak. But speaking of Kyle, y'all know she likes to just fuck up the shit. So she like, I don't know, it's kind of awkward for us to all be sitting here eating, but we're not speaking about what happened earlier today. Actually, it's not awkward. Can we finish our motherfucking pasta? Can we finish our food first? Like, and they basically kind of rehashed that and go into that. And once again, nothing comes out of it. Nothing comes out of it. Dorit was like, I just felt like you didn't want to keep it on me and you. We were talking about me and you and kept bringing up the group. And she was like, well, I was bringing up the group because you're not gonna single me out for what everybody else thinks too. Is that what it is? You feel singled out? How you feel singled out about some shit that you brought up? Some shit you initiated. This shouldn't have been a problem. A conversation. You initiated this, sister. The fuck? Like, I was like, yeah, nah. And then y'all know Kyle, she do that. Her face do that. Y'all know the face. And she said, stop riding my ass so hard.
Quit riding my ass all the time.
Oh, gosh.
And that's where it pretty much left off, okay? That's what the episode was. One thing I can tell you though, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills lady, they gonna show up, they gonna give a show, they gonna talk their shit eloquently, shit sometimes ratchetly, but they gonna talk their shit for sure. Yeah, that was the episode. So I don't know what's gonna happen next episode because they didn't show me a preview. If they showed y'all a preview, I'm mad. But it is what it is. Thank y'all for watching this video. Please like, comment, and share. And if you made it to the end, please drop a purple heart below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.